This is the ApartX combination jump starter tire inflator from Lokithor, and it comes in this carrying bag and has the jump starter dongle and the air hose for inflating your tires, and charging cables, and the instruction manual. It has again, the air hose. And also we have some fittings for pumping up footballs and kiddie swimming pools, stuff like that. And then the charging cables for charging the unit and powering other devices. There's one that's a USB-A to USB-C, and there's one that's a USB-C to USB-C. And I believe the reason they named it the ApartX is because it has a removable battery pack that can be swapped out for different ones. It can have a 3 different styles battery pack of different power levels, and you can interchange them from unit to unit. Here on the end there's a port for the air hose for the airing up tires, other equipment. On the front we've got the control panel, and we've got the USB-C and the USB-C or USB-A ports. Then we have the port for the jump starter dongle. You have the power on button there, and the button for changing the between PSI and KPA and bar. On the right side of the unit there's the button for the air pump to start the pump. When you turn it on, you get a display that shows 4 bars for the battery level of the unit. The display also shows the PSI for tire inflation, etc., and you can change the stopping point to prevent overinflation. Here I'm going to plug in the jump starter dongle. It has one round end and one square end, so you can't plug it in wrong. Now I'm going to jump the car. I left the lights on overnight, so the battery is completely dead. There's no lights on the dash or anything. So now we'll hook up the unit and give it a jump. As always, you want to hook the red to the positive and the black to the negative. If you connect the black first, then you have a waiting live circuit. If you accidentally touch the red to some point of the car that's in the circuit, then you'll have an arc, and you don't want that. Now we turn the unit on, and the green light comes on, and it's like clicking. It's ready to jump the car, so everything's good. The setup is hooked up right and ready. Now I'll go see how good it does at starting the car. Well, looky there. It fires this whole junker right up. No problem at all. Now let's test the air compressor. For the air compressor, first you'll want to screw in the air hose into the port there on this end of the machine. And I want to tell everyone that these chucks on the end of these air hoses with every one of these inflators that I've tested, no matter what brand, they are hard to get onto the air valve on the tire, the valve stem, and they're also hard to get off. I can hang it on for dear life, and I've had trouble with every one of them getting them seated well where it'll pump up the tire, and I've had trouble releasing them and getting them off of the valve stem. I'm letting some air out of the tire so that we'll actually have something for the inflator to do. Okay, now let's get it hooked up, and I'm going to set the tire pressure to 40, which is the plus and minus buttons on the right side of the screen. There's a plus and minus, so I will take it to 40 psi for this tire. It takes a minute to get it from this one starts at 0 and goes to whatever you set it at. The other ones I've tried had a default of 35, but that's irrelevant one way or the other. So I'm pushing it on the valve stem and locking the lever. Now I'm going to hit the pump. Now the pump stopped nearly immediately because that issue with the valve stems that I spoke of is happening here. I've got to go further onto the valve stem to get it to work because it's not actually pushing in the valve. So I'm working it on there. It's hard to put on, hard to take off, but I'm gonna put it on again and force it on there a little deeper. Try again. And once again, it's not deep enough on there, so I'll try to push it on further and get an actual connection with the valve. There, now this time it's going. I had to let the pressure out to 21 pounds, so we're going to build up from there to 40, where it will shut off automatically. There, it has shut off at 40 psi. It took about 4 minutes to pump from 21 to 40. Now I have to work that thing off the valve stem. It's not easy. I had been looking in the manual for how to turn on the LED light because I haven't shown you that yet, and I finally found it in there. It's a button right here on the top of the machine. Press it once for the light, and then press it again for a flasher, and then press it again for a slow flasher, and then again for off. So that's the Lokithor ApartX jump starter and tire inflator. A pretty handy unit to have when you have a low tire or you left your interior light on, ran your battery dead. So I can say that it does a good job for both of those needs. And please touch my like thingy and subscribe, damn it!